Your mom just said, I can't imagine her thinking that I'm not here. Meaning she wants me to validate to you, so you have that validation that she's just behind him. She's starting to step in they're right over your shoulder. I can see them clear as day. Your dad is a character for sure. So, okay, because here's what happens. He just gave me his name. He validated a specific date for you because he was the one giving the birthday. And then they'll start to make me feel their personality. Do you understand it? And then he might start to talk about his health, or it might just be a basic message, which is fine. What's with the peanut butter cookies? Okay, who has the old recipe of the peanut butter cookies? Somebody's literally making me eat peanut butter cookies right now, and I don't understand it. Who has the old recipes passed down in the family? Do you have old recipes? Okay, I'm going to leave that for a minute, because I'm like, why am I eating peanut butter cookies all of a sudden? See, they're already dragging me, and I know it's somebody over here. And they might just have to give me another specific recipe so I can attach to who it is, but all of a sudden, I feel like I want to eat peanut butter cookies, and I'm like, well, that came out of the blue. But my guide said it's somebody back here making me do it. All right, so I'm going to welcome James in. I'm going to ask him to come stand just between us so I can see him a little bit stronger, and I can get anything he wants to say to me, okay? Good. He just said to me, I've been gone quite some time. Do you understand? Just his words, but he hasn't made me feel. Sometimes they might give me a month, sometimes they might give me a year, sometimes they'll give me both. It just really depends, okay? All right, he's starting to stand here. I see all this bright orange right here, then it goes into yellow, and then there's blue just around his head. So I'm just seeing his aura from the other side, okay? James. I feel like I want to call him Jim. Who's Jim? Was he called Jim? Perfect. Because they always give me their proper name, and then they'll say to me what most people call them. Do you understand it? Wonderful. And I'm smelling a really strong pipe. Really strong pipe. Do you recognize that? Because I have a bunch of people coming in and stepping just beside him, and the smoke is overwhelming me a little bit. Somebody smoked a pipe constantly because I'm smelling it in the older generation. Do you understand? Wonderful. He was gone before your sister? Because he said to me, I was there to meet her as well. We need to make sure that that's clear too. I don't know why I'm just repeating his words, because it was already validated that your mom was there. Do you understand it? And he just said, we need to make sure that you guys know that I'm there as well. So I'm just passing his words, but it's the way he said to me. Very loving, but set in his ways. A little bit of stubbornness. It's like I have that hard shell around me, and then there's the softness in the middle. That's his personality. Do you understand it? Wonderful. He said, I know she wanted to hear from her sister, and I know she wants to talk to her mom. Do you understand? But he just wanted you to know that he was here. And he's asking me, because he's standing right in front of me, he said, can you please call me Jim? Perfect. So it's just his way of acknowledging that it's okay for me to call him Jim. Now, sometimes they'll just want me to call them the proper name. Sometimes they'll allow me to call them what everybody else calls them. Okay? But they always give me that proper name first. Are you married, honey? Okay. What's with the grass? Okay, I gotta figure that out. Somebody's giving me a really loud lawnmower in my ear. And I need to figure out what that is, because I feel like somebody's not stepping in to take care of somebody, and things aren't being done around someone's house, and I got to figure out who that is. So it could be you, or it could be this peanut butter cookie person. So I'm going to wait for it, okay? Because I'm like, why am I sitting on the mower, and then all of a sudden I feel like I want to mow the grass, and I keep getting this man's voice saying the grass needs to be cut a little more. So I don't know who that belongs to. I'll figure it out. Perfect. Good. Okay, Sweepy. Who's the gunshot for you besides the brother energy that I'm feeling? Because I'm feeling the brother energy as well. Remember, we already talked about the brother-in-law, and then I can hear the gunshot going off, and I feel him. Your mom says she hasn't gone anywhere, and that she wants to tell you that she loves you, and I can feel the wings in front of her chest. She's actually coming and standing just behind you, and she's putting both her hands on both your shoulders. Okay? She's so loving. So loving. Your mom and your dad, night and day. Do you understand it? Night and day. as far as their personality. She's very loving, she's very gentle, very disciplined, and very dedicated to her family. More old school. He's just set in his ways and stubborn. Do you understand it? He goes, it's okay if you call me stubborn. Perfect. Good. So she's actually just stepping behind you. You just wanted to know that they were at peace and have any kind of connection you wanted with them. Because she's saying to me, she didn't ask for any real validation. She just wanted to know that we were with her and that we're here and that we made it and that we're at peace. Do you understand? Meaning that they're in heaven and they're watching over the family and that they're at peace together. Now, she hasn't stepped in to fully acknowledge or give me her name, which is completely okay. I'm just feeling her presence and hearing her words. But she's directly behind you and I have him standing right in front of me. Okay? Whew. All right, I'm going to see anything else he wants to say. Is this a grandfather for you? Because he said, I need to say hello to my granddaughters as well. Do you understand it? Is this a granddaughter? Okay. Who is this for you? Uncle? Okay. I'm just asking if it's that side because he's not saying to me. All he says is, I feel like I want to say hi to the granddaughter. So that could be one or both. So, but he's not making me feel. Sometimes he'll make me feel, is it mother's side or if it's dad's side? He's not making me feel that. He just makes me say that he wants to say hello to you. Do you spend time with him as well? What is this? Okay. When they do this, it's either spend time just a few short years or he's been with you since he passed. Meaning he was there, he had the connection with her soul before it was ever gifted, and that's where the time was spent, and then he was with her for those few short years as far as just after the birth. Okay? Good. Because he's doing this, and that's what that means. Your mom just said, I love you, and I hope I have a chance to talk to you again. I know there's other stuff that she wants to validate. So she's just saying to me, today was about you knowing that I'm with you. And she's saying to me that she'll continue to watch over the daughter. Okay, she's starting to pull her energy back. And she just said, tell my sister I love her. Good. And she's saying that she loves you guys. I'm being told I haven't even touched the surface with your family because there's so many other people here. Do you understand it? Okay, so I can't control who's stepping in. It's just the way that they're making me feel. Somebody's cutting my breath off. He recognizes the male with a really strong emphysema. I'm getting pressure on my chest. My breath is being cut off, and I can hear his voice saying to me that he had emphysema. Several health complications, emphysema. Emphysema has started the shutdown process. Do you understand it? Okay. Is this somebody you wanted to hear from? Good, because he just stepped in just beside you. Who's the father energy, sweet pea? Father, perfect. So her father's starting to step in as well. He's cutting my breath off. He's putting pressure on my chest, and he's saying to me complications with emphysema. And you were hoping to hear from him. Good. You okay? Because he said, I don't want my daughter to be sad. I want her to think of this as being happy. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to get validation about this person that shot themselves because I'm getting the feeling they're not crossed. But I feel them, and that just means I'm going to help them. Okay? So that just means I'm going to end up doing a crossover in front of everybody, which is fine. I did 80-some today. I've done like 150 people already. I've helped a crossover. I crossed over a big group today of like 80-some people. It's a whole nother story. Anyway, brother energy I'm feeling. Okay? And who's the sister for you that's here? Okay. Sister, 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 sister. All right, I gotta figure out what he's saying to me because he keeps saying, talk about the sister, talk about the sister, talk about the sister. Who was the brother-in-law married to? Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I feel like there's a female he wants to give a message to. So this can either be a sister energy, a sister-in-law, or a friend like a sister. You understand it? Okay, perfect, good. Because he keeps saying, I need to make sure that I say something to her besides you. Okay, good. I'm going to ask them to start to make me feel the gunshot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm getting sick to my stomach. And who is the gunshot to you? Yeah. Because they're not making me feel the bloodline, and that's why I have to ask. Because that can be friend, it can be acquaintance, it could be someone you work with. Do you understand it? Because they're not making me feel the bloodline tie, but I can feel the step in. And this is someone you were hoping for as well? Because he just said to me she was hoping to talk to me. This is what I'm being told. He's trying to find his way, but he's not fully crossed. My guy just said to me, Kelly, you have about 3 minutes to help him, and then we're going to take him. Do you understand it? Good. I'm being told underlying depression, border bipolar, meaning chemical imbalance. Now, sometimes that can be something that was diagnosed. Sometimes it can be something that was undiagnosed. Do you understand it? All right, he's starting to step in. Yeah. When I see them and they're not fully crossed with God, I can see what they look like, but there's almost like a blackness over them, okay? So my one gentleman, Emmanuel, is actually bringing him in, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm just going to call in Archangel Azrael to help cross them over, okay? When I cross them one at a time, I use Archangel Azrael. If I cross them in groups, I just talk to them about going to the light, all right? All right, so this is just going to take me a few minutes. He just said I shouldn't have done what I did, but I didn't know how to handle things anymore. Do you understand it? Okay, so I'm just repeating his words, and I can hear the gunshot going off. And he said to me he was in his right mind when he did it, and it wasn't the first time he attempted. And that means either attempted or thought about when they say that. Do you understand? Okay, you're mad at him about this. Because he said to me, I need her to know that I'm sorry, and I don't want her to be angry with me anymore. That's why they're allowing him to step in so I can cross him over, because I'm only allowed to communicate with people that are in God's white light unless my guides allow somebody to step in, because it's about me helping to save their soul. Do you understand it? Perfect. Okay. All right, I'm going to ask. Yeah, I'm getting nauseous with him. That's normal because he's not in God's white light, so I just need to help him. So I'm asking him to step near me. Oh my goodness. He's saying, I'm sorry for what I did. He's talking to me and my guides because he wants the help, okay? He said, I need it. I don't know what to do. I can't get anywhere, and I can't find anyone to help me, meaning that's why he's coming to me, okay? Because this is what happens. Because I'm a medium, not only is it my responsibility as far as serving God to pass messages from the other side, but I'm also supposed to help as many souls as I possibly can get to the other side that can't get there any other way, okay? He just said, please don't be upset with me. That's his words to you, okay? All right. I just have to say a prayer, call in Archangel Azrael, and then they're going to take him. But I'm getting a little nauseous, which is normal, because it's just me feeling the effect because I'm completely in God's white light. So what happens with a medium when people aren't crossed, it's like we're this big beacon of God's white light, so everyone that's not crossed is drawn to us. And so that's why we end up helping as many people as we can. Okay. Okay, Angel's standing right in the middle. My team members are gathering around him. I can hear the Native American drums right now. I'm asking him if he's ready, and he's saying yes. He's making me dizzy, and that's okay. Meaning it was just something he felt in the moment when the gunshot went off, because I'm getting his dizziness, okay? I'm asking him if he's ready. He said yes, and I said okay. I'm telling him to go with the angel and go towards the light so he can have everlasting life and peace, so he can get the forgiveness through Jesus Christ and go to the other side, okay? Because what usually happens with this is Jesus is usually the one to meet them on the other side, because then they have to get the forgiveness of the sins for taking their life, so then they can further cross over, okay? They're starting to take him out, My guide said he's going to give me a sentence or two as he starts to step out, as they take him into the light, and I'm seeing them actually push him through the light right now, okay? The angel's just behind him, and my one guide is leading him, all right? My spirit walker. His name is Chief Walks Lightly, and he kind of brings all my tribe in together, but he's the one leading him through the white light, okay? So he's actually taking him out right now. Whew, I got to catch my breath from that, because it's always so emotional for me to do that. So I'm just waiting for him to kind of step back in, because Archangel Azrael is following him and taking him to the other side, and I want to get that last sentence or two that he had to say to you, okay? Okay, good. Whew. So let me come and sit down for a minute. Does anybody recognize the name Robert? It's very, very, very clear. Robert. Who's Robert Pumpkin? Huh? Okay, I'm just keep getting Robert. As they take him into the white light, I'm still feeling Robert, and I'm being told it's over here. Okay, and who's Robert for the two of you? I feel like I want to say Bob. Yep, perfect. Bob. Who's that for you, Sweet Pea? Okay, good. So I will listen, what happens with this is it could very well be all three, but I need to welcome the first person in. So I want to get the last couple sentences from him before I allow Robert to step in. I feel like I want to call him Bob, and then I will see who it goes to, okay? Because it can go to anybody, all right? All right, let me see if I can get the last couple words from him real quick as they take him. He said, I don't want anyone to be mad at me, and I know that you're still mad at me. Do you understand it? Perfect. My guide's saying to me it was important for him to step in so I could help him today, because it's also about you having the acceptance and releasing the anger. And they're saying to me, you need to pray to God and ask for the strength, because he makes me feel like I'm going to tie the two of you really close together. Do you understand it? Good, because my guide said you have to give her a hug because we're asking her to let go of the anger. Do you understand? Meaning he wanted me to hug you. Okay, come here so the thing doesn't go off. Okay, so this is actually just from him. And my guide said to me, she needs to know how much I cared about her, and that I'm sorry that I chose to do what I did, and I'm sorry she found out after. Do you understand? Perfect. That's what it's about. And I'm being told there's other people that you have connections with, that he had connections with, because my guide said to me he needed everyone else to know that he's okay and he's safe now, and that he's at peace. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. I'm coming over to this Father energy, Sweet Pea.